not quite time. It's a minute left. Well, you can get yourself settled. We're going to do this loving kindness meditation again. And what Jack Cornfield suggests is that you do this for several weeks, not just one day, for several weeks, meditating on yourself. May I be filled with loving kindness. And then the next step is to choose someone that has been a mentor to you and hold that person. May that person be filled, may you be filled with loving kindness. But first of all, for yourself. Then to expand it to the people that are maybe more difficult in your life. But don't even try to do that today. Today, may I be filled with loving kindness. And may I be well, may I be peaceful and at ease, may I be happy, may I be filled with loving kindness. And as you're letting that phrase move throughout your consciousness, sort of floating on the sea of consciousness, let it deepen. May I be filled with loving kindness toward myself. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. So that those phrases then deepen. And if you feel any resistance at all, make it welcome. Thank you. So, settling into the moment. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. And if you decide to change those statements into affirmations, that's quite all right. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. I am happy. And sit in that ocean of loving kindness. In the silence, simply affirming the truth of the deeper aspect of being. And especially if you get restless, remember that you're filled with loving kindness, that you're peaceful and at ease. Would the ushers please open the doors? We're going to light the flames of faith, which is a way to include all beings in this service. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And as practitioner Jill Burnett lights the last candle, let it represent the path that brought you here this morning. And then enjoy the recorded music. This is a good time to stretch and do whatever you need to do. The band will start playing at 20 past, and the service begins with a sing-along at 10:30.
The wonderful David Page. Yes, indeed. Welcome, everybody, to the Center for Spiritual Living. We're so glad you're with us this beautiful November Sunday morning. Please join us on our first sing-along song, a beautiful Karen Drucker song called I'm So Grateful, and there are beautiful gestures. Follow along with Wade and Kimberly, and you'll get the whole thing. Here we go. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 One more. I'm so grateful. 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 Thank you. I'd like to introduce our musicians today. We have Ed Cusby on guitar, Bill Dixon on bass, our birthday boy, David Page on drums. Our song leaders today are Wade and Kimberly Holdridge. So glad to have them here. And our wonderful guest soloist this morning is Gary Lynn Floyd. Delighted to have him back with us. I'm Diane King Van over here at the keys, and we'd like you to stand one more time, stretch those legs out, and join us on another Gary Drucker song called Thank You for This Day. Here we go. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health.
Now, time for meet and greet your neighbors. Friends, say hi. And work yourselves back to your seats and join us for another couple verses here. Gratitude. Here we go. Thank you for my life.
Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit. Thank you for my wealth. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit. Thank you for my wealth. My opulence, my opulence, my opulent wealth. My opulence, my opulence, my opulent wealth. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Good morning, San Clemente. My name is Judy Chapman, and I'm one of the assistant ministers here at the Center for Spiritual Living. Capistrano Valley, and I'm so excited to welcome each and every one of you here this morning. Yesterday, some of the people in the women's club, we went out and we planted native California plants out at where Jean does the sweat lodge. So it was really fun, and I was thinking about what do we serve here? We give you the opportunity we give you the spiritual tools so make your life better, to expand and grow and just have a great life. And so I was thinking about planting those plants, and when you plant your dreams, we're here to help you weed out the weeds and water those plants with those spiritual tools. So welcome each and every one of you here today. So we're going to start this morning with affirmative prayer, as we always do. So please join with me. And we join together in this cosmic stream of pure, loving God consciousness, knowing that there is only one divine energy, one magnificence, one absolute, one first cause to all of creation, one creative intelligence. And this one lives and moves and has its expression through each one of us. We certainly are the sacred activity of spirit. So this morning I affirm and I decree that all is well, and that we take what our teachers taught us, the teacher Jesus, who taught us that love heals all things. Our teacher, the Buddha, taught us that compassion and love and mindfulness is within us. Our teacher, Gandhi, who taught us how to walk the peace within. So we take all these gifts given to us and we express them in our lives. For we are the light. We are the joy. We are the love, compassion, the peace. And I know that each one of us is inspired by this morning's service. That Dr. Heather's wisdom is received by us as we listen with our spiritual ears. And that our wonderful musician is uplifting and exciting. And so I just place these words into divine mind, knowing that they have already been created. I know that it is the truth that sets us free. And so I release, I let go, I let love take my hand as I anchor this prayer treatment in joy. So please say with me, and so it is. Now I'd like to invite Carolyn Finley up to help me with the announcements.
Today, I want to tell you that we are having conscious connection right after the service, and the ideas you hear today will be discussed after the service in a small group setting. You can ask questions and learn more. We would love for you to join us. Today, Dr. Jenny Hamsho will be the facilitator.
This Wednesday is a very special Wednesday. Grant and Rita were in Vancouver, Canada, at their second home, and they found this beautiful musician, Nathan Aswell, and they sent me the information. He will be here this Wednesday at 7 o'clock. So please, let's give him a warm California welcome, and I'll see you there. He does music, and he'll do a message, and it's just going to be fantastic. So invite your friends. Also, Mary Brogdon has started a grief support group, and it'll be on Thursday, starting this Thursday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon here at the center. We know that sometimes the holidays are difficult if you've lost someone. So this group will be the welcome addition to our spiritual family.
We're having a holiday brunch and boutique on the same day, Sunday, December 6th, right after the service. Please sign up on the kiosk for the brunch and for the boutique. We need to know how many people are coming. And if you want to display your items for sale, we
Waterfall, Sparrow song, coyote call. Here we go. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. You sound great. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. Play it, man. Sweetness. My hand in blind bliss. Here we go. I'm so grateful I'm alive. 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 The shadows I can see, endeavor to reveal another part of me, embracing all that I can be. Cut grass, jasmine bloom, honeysuckle in your room. All right, sing it with me. Here we go. I'm so grateful I'm alive. 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 You're grateful? I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. Let's sing it again. Here we go. I'm so grateful I'm alive. 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 Let's say it out. Here we go. Here we go. How about this band? Thank you.
Not on mic. There I am. And please welcome Reverend Heather Dawn Clark.
Diane, thank you, Gary. Wow. Such a pleasure to have you here. So my message this month is based on Jack Kornfield's book, A Path with Heart. And for those of you who weren't here last week, he's an American Buddhist, American-born person who is a Buddhist, and his work is so remarkable to me. As I'm reading it, I'm deepening in a spiritual practice just by reading the book, which is quite an amazing experience. This morning's message is turning straw into gold. Well, you're all familiar with the story, the Rumpelstiltskin story of spinning straw into gold. And I just want to start there because he doesn't actually go much into that, except there was a girl in the room and she spun the straw into gold, forgetting, of course, of all of the things. So the other things about the story that are just wrong are the girl's father bragged about her, something she could not do, to the king. My daughter can turn straw into gold. Well, what was he thinking? Didn't he love his daughter? You know, as a kid, I'd listen to this story or read this story and go, what kind of bad father was he? Didn't he love his daughter? But of course, if there had been no conflict, there'd be no story. So, and you know what? It's true for us as well. If there's no conflict, there's no story. If there's no obstacle to overcome, if we don't see something on our path that is causing us suffering or hurt or difficulty, then the path doesn't seem worthwhile. And in fact, for the hero within us, it is required. It is required to have that thing that we can say, this thing, I am able to move through this fear. I'm able to move through this anger. I'm able to let go and let God be God in me. So the story of Rumpelstiltskin, first of all, it taught me as a child to romanticize victimization. I don't think so. I'm not a victim. You're not a victim. There isn't a girl child or a boy child that was born a victim. It also taught me to believe that the good would somehow come from outside myself. A little weird old man that somehow wanted weird things like a child was going to come and do this gold spinning for me. And then I would get, after all the gold, which wasn't going to belong to me, it was going to belong to the king, I would get to be the queen. All of these things depended on an outside something. Now here's the truth within each one of us, within you, within me, is that the gold is already in you. You don't need Rumpelstiltskin. You don't need his name. And what's more, there's no straw. Everything is gold. Everything is gold. All that you are is gold. Every aspect of yourself. So we've been practicing doing a loving kindness meditation, which means to practice bringing love to every aspect of ourselves. All of the parts that we normally love and all those disowned parts that we don't want to admit are ours. The anger, the jealousy, the pettiness, the blindness, the victim. All of those parts, to bring them all together and say, yes, I begin my spiritual work by saying, yes, right now, this is where I am. It doesn't need to be where I stay. And what's more, I'm not going to judge it as right or wrong, good or bad, because that's always where the difficulty comes. In this particular chapter, Jack Kornfield quotes Rumi, and he said, and this quote of Rumi's is just this beautiful thing. Often we get our practices mixed up, and we put the saddlebags on Jesus and let the donkey roam free in the pasture. In other words, the part of us that's eternal, that's God, that's the infinite, we're tying it down. We're putting it to work, whereas that should be the part of us that's roaming free. The part that's eternal is beautiful and whole. Okay. So, turning straw into gold. There's a teaching story in this chapter that's exquisite. And it's this. On the spiritual path, one finds a poison tree. And the spiritual seekers will do one of three things. The majority of spiritual seekers will go, oh, this is bad to have a poison tree. And so they will chop it down and destroy the wood, all the fruit, make sure that it doesn't ever poison anyone. The second spiritual seeker, fewer in number, will go, oh, well, I have compassion for this tree. It's a living thing, even though it's poisonous. So I'm going to build a fence around it to protect everyone, including myself, from being poisoned. The third and most rare spiritual seeker perceives this tree as something else. It gathers the fruit, gathers the bark, and makes medicine of it to heal the world. The third one is the rarest fruit. But each one of us as metaphysicians, as religious scientists, we're called to be that kind of seeker. That we see it all as God's potential, all as God's grace, all as the possibilities of infinite life, infinite freedom, infinite harmony, joy, all of the qualities of God. So he gives us some questions to reflect on. Mary, is it working yet? Okay. I have these questions on a PowerPoint just so that I could share them with you because I found them very helpful myself. Okay, so turning straw into gold, and of course this is the grim picture, not grim fairy tales grim, but it's this, there she is, and there's Rumpelstiltskin spinning straw into gold. So here are the questions for reflection. Yeah, because, no, did you do that? Okay. Okay, questions for reflection. The first question is, concerning the difficulty, you could think in terms of, there's a difficulty in spiritual practice. She gives an example. He gives an example of someone who's always fighting sleep. It was hard to stay awake in meditation. And so when he reflected upon this, discovered that honestly he wasn't getting enough sleep. No wonder he was falling asleep in spiritual practice. His body was asking him, more sleep, I want more sleep. So the first question about the difficulty in your life or in your spiritual practice is, how have I treated this difficulty so far? I was sharing with Diane that this week the cold went away by Tuesday, and yesterday I got digestive problems. And how have I treated this difficulty so far? Basically, I ignore it. It's not a strategy I recommend because it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Ignoring it doesn't work. But that is how I've treated it, that ignoring my body, thinking I could just feed it whatever I wanted to, and what's more, tons of it, however unhealthy or healthy it was, wasn't a strategy that worked. So that's the first question. And to be able to answer it without judgment of yourself, remember, it's a loving kindness participation. So you lovingly ask yourself, how have I treated this difficulty so far? Next one, please, Mary. Second one is, how have I suffered by my own response and reaction to it? How have I suffered? Well, I'll tell you, my tush was very sore last night. That's how I suffered. I suffered. How have I suffered? By every 5 minutes running to the restroom. How have I suffered? How has that person suffered that isn't getting enough sleep? Depriving his mind of clarity, its body of vitality. Okay, so just thinking about that. How have I suffered by my own response and reaction to this difficulty? And being honest. Next one, please, Mary. The third one is, what does this problem ask me to let go of? What does it ask me to let go of? For the person that was falling asleep in his meditation, to let go of some of the activities in his life so he would have time for more rest. For me to let go of an idea that I am only my mind. So I am also my body. Okay, number 4. What suffering is unavoidable is my measure to accept. Now, as religious scientists, this is a difficult one because maybe there isn't anything that's completely unavoidable, but there will be some consequences to, once you start a train of causation in motion, then whatever is in that path is going to be the natural consequence. So, for instance, if you start the day thinking that this is going to be a really difficult day, that you maybe got up late and you're rushing, well, guess what? The natural consequence of that will be that it's a difficult day and things happen to you and you don't have enough time. Okay, the next one, please, Mary, number 5. What great lesson might it be able to teach me? What great lesson might it be able to teach me? Everything in your life is an opportunity to learn about you. And you are magnificent. So what great lesson is this difficulty, is this obstacle, might it be able to teach me? Well, for me, that there's a body-mind connection. Remember, body is part of that. Not just a mind-to-mind connection, a body-mind connection. What other great lesson might it be able to teach me on the hero's journey, that I am enough, that I have all the resources I need for everything. You know, the interesting thing is when we go through our fears, we look back and go, wow, there wasn't much there after all. Right? Anyone experience that? There wasn't much there after all. So this wasn't such a big deal, might be what it's there to teach me. I am more than my problems. Okay, the next one, Mary. So then, what is the gold, the value hidden in the situation? What is the gold? What is the value hidden in this situation? What is the gold hidden in you right now, but in your life? It starts, I talked about this a lot last week and I think the week before. That whole idea of self-love and self-acceptance is so important. If you can't come into life loving yourself, then you have nothing to give the others in your life. You only have as much as you are willing to give away. And it's kind of counterfeit if you don't really love yourself. It's not the real deal. And yet, when you can look in your own eyes and see that soul that you are, that eternal being that is you, and see how wonderful you are, that is the value. That is the gold. It's not hidden out of sight. It's right where you are. It's the most obvious thing in the world. Okay, next slide, please. This is a poem by Mary Oliver that I quite love. And it is this: you do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you about mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscape, over the prairies and deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. Announcing your place in the family of things. This is the day to say, it's done. I do love myself. I do awaken to the goal that I am. I am not only enough, I'm invaluable. There's nothing of more value than yourself. You are it. You are it right here, right now. So, back to that poison tree again. It's quite an unusual story, but if you think of it, Every great advance that's ever been made is made by someone who was able to perceive other than how the world had perceived up until then. To see something other than poison, something other than something to be afraid of. So whatever the challenges are, if you have any, be willing. Be willing to see. You know, that's part of the science of mind, is opening to new and greater ideas about you, about the value that you are, the good you are, the wholeness you are. Turn that straw into gold simply by recognizing it's been gold all along. It is gold, it's good, and so it is. Diane's going to help us get into the prayerful mood, and then I'm going to pray for us.
Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know that you are. Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know. Believe and know that you are God. Believe and know that you are. Believe and know that you are God. Believe and know. Be still and know that we are God. Be still and know that we are. Be still and know that we are God. Be still and know. Believe and know that you are God. Believe and know that you are. Believe and know that you are God. Believe and know.
In this holy moment of now, I know and recognize that there truly is only one power. It has many names. This universal life force moves through all creation, and it is moving through me now as the word that I speak. I'm going to speak this word in the first person for everyone. So if it appeals to you, if you like it, say yes to it. If it doesn't, just let it wash on by past you. So this is what I know is true. I know that the good that I am is God in me. I know that it's golden. It's of immeasurable value and worth. It is the I am that I am. It is the great wholeness of life itself. I know that it moves through every aspect of my being as relationship, as right action, as right knowing, as freedom and wholeness, as healthy mindedness. I know the I am that I am is the prospering power of life itself. I know that it is the joy of being, and that it is everywhere present. It is in the I am, in the wholeness, in the aliveness, the oneness, the stillness. I know that this one that is the pearl of great price shimmers within me, and I see it shimmering in each and every other being. I am awakening to my own value and therefore seeing each one's value in a greater way than ever before. I'm so grateful for this. I'm grateful for this awareness. I'm grateful for this presence. With my heart filled with gratitude, I simply release this word. It's already complete. The law of mind has it. I let go, I let God. Please join me in saying, and so it is.
And please welcome Gary Lindsay.
As time has unfolded me, it has revealed to me life's nothing less than sublime. With every thought I make, every last breath I take, may I be gracious. Love, I invite you to open up this heart of mine. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love, cover me. Love, cover me. Kindness wash over me. Make me a symphony. Play every note you can find. Make me reverberate. Gently deactivate. Slowly flow out of my mind. Find me a melody, dance and let my anthem be. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love, love, cover me. Love, cover me. I will not be shaken. I will not be moved. Love, cover me. May my heart awaken. Tenderness be proved. Love, love, I invite you to open up this heart of mine. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love, 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 love,
can't hear. That's so beautiful. Yeah. It's now time for us to share our gifts, our tithes, our offerings. If the stewards would please come forward. And if this is a day for you to give a gift, I invite you to put it over your heart and feel that love pouring into it. And if it isn't a day, pour the love in the basket with your hands. Just bless it as it's moving along the way. And please repeat after me. Divine love within me blesses and consecrates all that I am, all that I have, all that I give. I give with love, and I love to give, and so it is.
I'd like to dedicate this song to a really wonderful musician and friend. This is for David Page on his birthday. The second star to the right shines in the night for you, to tell you that the dreams you plan really can come true. The second star to the right shines with a light that's rare. And if it's Neverland you need, its light will lead you there. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, so I'll know where you are. Gleaming in the skies above, lead me to the land I dream of. And when our journey is through, each time we say goodbye, I'll thank the little star that shines the second from the right. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, so I'll know where you are. Gleaming in the skies above, lead me to the land I dream of. And when our journey is through, each time we say goodnight, I'll thank the little star that shines the second from the Thank you. Happy birthday, David. And now let's welcome in those kidlets. Here we go. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah, this little light of mine.